Good morning student. Welcome to your software engineering class. In this session I will teach you prototyping model and evolutionary model. In the previous classes I have discussed about waterfall model and iterative model. The waterfall model is an idealistic model and cannot be used in practically in software development. But iterative model used in software development and it has some limitation, like we use iterative classical iterative waterfall model where the developer know the requirement exactly. We cannot redefine the requirement and user cannot interact with the software development lifecycle. User use only the final product. But in prototyping and evolutionary model, the user can use the product before it developed. Okay. So in prototyping and evolutionary model, the requirement are exactly known to the developer. So let us discuss first prototyping model. A prototyping model suggests that before carrying out the development of the actual software, a working prototype of the system should be built. Means in prototyping model, the software, a dummy software is built before the actual software. A prototype is a toy implementation of the system. Prototype is a working model of software with some limited functionality. Means prototype of the software has the less functionality from the actual software. Prototyping is used to allow the user evaluate the developer proposal and try them out before implementation. Means the prototype software is evaluated by the customer and the customer can give feedback to the developer. By using this prototype, customer can understand the requirement of desired system and also the customer can get an actual feel of the system. Okay, customer can use the prototype and can understand the requirement and he can feel the software. It is an attractive idea for complex and bigger system. A prototype is a toy implementation of a system. Means a prototype is a dummy software of a system with less functional capability, low reliability and inefficient performance. Okay, means the prototype have less functions and low reliability and inefficient performance. It have only the main function of the actual software. Before starting the actual development, a working prototype of the system should first be built. Means first the developer have to build the prototype of the system. When the prototype is approved, then the actual system is built up. Okay. Reasons for developing a prototype. Why should developer develop a prototype? Because it illustrates to the customer input data format, messages, report or interactive dialogues. Examine the technical issue associated with the product development. Often the major design decision depends on issue like response time of a hardware controller or efficiency of sorting algorithm, etc. Means the customer can know how the data format are there, how the message will become in the software, what are the reports, this can be known to the customer by the prototype model of the software. And also the developer can examine the technical issue of the system. Then the next reason is for developing a prototype is it is impossible to get it right the first time. We must plan to throw away the first product if we want to develop a good product. Means after developing prototype, the developer gain experience, and with the experience the developer can develop a good product. Okay, and the first prototype will be thrown away. Means in this prototyping model the developer can gain experience to develop a good product. Prototyping model start with requirement gathering, then it carry out the quick design. Prototype model is built using several shortcuts. Okay, means first of all it gather requirement from the customer, what are the exact requirement, then carry out a quick design, not a detailed design, then the prototype is built up with shortcut. Shortcut might involve using insufficient, inaccurate or dummy function. A function may use table lookup rather than performing the actual computation. Then the developed prototype is submitted to the customer for his evaluation. Based on the user feedback, the requirements are redefined. This cycle continues until the user approves the prototype. The actual system is developed using classical iterative waterfall model. Okay, means first the developer gather information, then it develop a quick design, then it develop the prototype using different shortcut and give to the customer. Then the customer evaluate the software and give feedback to the developer. According to the feedback, then again the developer redefine the requirements and redesign it and again develop a prototype. This cycle is continue until the prototype is approved by the customer. When the prototype is approved, then the actual development of software is taken place by using iterative waterfall approach. This is the phases of prototyping model. First is requirement gathering. Then after gathering the requirement, the developer make the design, means quick design, not the detailed design. Then it build up a prototype and give to the user. Then the user evaluate the software and give feedback to the developer. According to the feedback, then the developer again refine the requirement and again quick design, then the another prototype is built up. This cycle goes on until the prototype is approved by the customer. Okay, after approval, then the next step is the development of actual software. The actual software here, after approval, this is the stage where the actual software is built up through iterative waterfall model. The phases are design, the actual details design, then coding, then testing, and then maintenance. Okay, so this is the First stage is making of prototype. This cycle goes on until the the prototype is approved. Again, after approval, the actual software development is taken place through iterative waterfall model. Phases of prototyping model. The first phase is requirements gathering and analysis. A prototype model begins with requirement analysis, and the requirement of the system are defined in detail. The user is interviewed in order to know the requirement of the system. The requirement gathering and analysis is taken place in first phase by throughout the meeting with the customer, and the requirements are defined in detail in SRS document. Then quick design. When requirements are known, a quick design of the system is created. It is not a detailed design. It includes the important aspect of the system which gives an idea of the system to the user. Quick design means it is not the detailed design. It only design the important part of the software. Okay, and according to the quick design, the developer build the prototype. The next step is build prototype. Information gathering from quick design is modified to form a prototype. It represents a rough design of the required system. Okay, means from the design document, the developer develop the prototype or dummy software. Then the next phase is customer evaluation of prototype. The built prototype is presented to the customer for his or her evaluation. The developer gives the prototype to the customer to evaluate it. The next phase is prototype refinement. Once the user evaluates the prototype, it is refined according to the requirements. When the user is satisfied to the developed prototype, a final system is developed based on the final prototype, which is developed by the iterative method. Means we design the system according to the final prototype. After that, implementation test the product to find the error, and at last we maintain the system. Means after evaluation of the prototype, the user give feedback, and according to the feedback, the developer refine the requirement and make another design and another prototype. This process goes on until the user satisfied with the prototype. When the prototype is approved, then the final development start. Means the actual development start. The actual development start with iterative waterfall model. Okay, and after the development of the software, then maintenance phase also taken place to maintain the system. Then software prototyping types. What are the different types of prototyping software? There are different types of software prototype used in the industry. Following are the major software prototyping types used widely. First one is throwaway or rapid prototyping. Then evolutionary prototyping, incremental prototyping, and last is extreme prototyping. First is throwaway prototyping. It is also called as rapid or close-ended prototyping. This type of prototyping uses very little effort with minimum requirement analysis to build a prototype. Once the actual requirements are understood, the prototype is discarded and the actual system is developed with a much clear understanding of user requirement. Okay, means in throwaway prototyping, the prototype is built with minimum requirement. Okay, with minimum effort and minimum requirement, the prototype is built up. Once the requirement are understood, then the prototype is thrown away and the developer develop the actual system with much clear understanding of user requirements. The next is evolutionary prototyping. Evolutionary prototyping, also called as breadboard prototyping. It is based on building actual functional prototypes with minimal functionality in the beginning. The prototype develop forms that heart of the future prototype on top of which the entire system is built. By using evolutionary prototype, the well understood requirements are included in the prototype and the requirements are added as and when they are understood. Means in evolutionary prototyping, they build a core prototype with minimal functionality in the beginning, and then it add on the new function in the core module. Okay, means they doesn't throw away the first prototype, they add on the new functionality in the core module. Then the next one is incremental prototyping. Incremental prototyping refers to building multiple functional prototypes of the various subsystems and then integrating all the available prototype to form a complete system. In incremental prototype, the system is broken into multiple functional prototype. Means the system is broken to different various prototype with various subsystem, and lastly they are integrated to build the complete system. Then the next is extreme prototyping. Extreme prototyping is used in the web development domain. It consists of 3 sequential phases. First, a basic prototype with all the existing page is presented in HTML format. Means first the developer develop the prototype of all the pages in HTML. Then the data processing is simulated using a prototype service layer. Finally, the services are implemented and integrated to the final prototype. Means after developing the first prototype of the pages in HTML, then it developed the data processing, each simulated using the prototype service layer. Finally, they are implemented and integrated in the final prototype. This process is called extreme prototyping, used to draw attention to the second phase of the process, where a fully functional UI is developed with a very little regard to the actual service. Means the main emphasis is in the second phase, where the data processing is simulated using prototype service layer. Okay. Then advantage of the prototyping model. It provides a working model to the user early in the process, enabling early assessment and increasing the user confidence. Means by using the prototype, the user confidence increases. The developer gain the experience and insight by developing a prototype, they are resulting a better implementation of the requirement. Means the by building many prototype throughout the process, the developer gain experience so that the requirements are better understood. The next point, it help in reducing the risk associated the project. Means the risk resolvence is occur due to the prototype build. Means while building a prototype, we can know about the risk associated with it. The prototyping model serves to clarify requirements which are not clear, hence ambiguity, and improving communication between developer and user. Means the prototyping model clear the requirement, exact requirement of the customer. Okay, and the ambiguity, resolve the ambiguity and the improve communication between developer and user. There is a great involvement of the user in software development. Hence, the requirement of user are met to the greatest extent. Means in this model, the developer can understood the requirement clearly. Okay, so the main advantage is that the user can use the project earlier than the final development, and the developer gain experience also, and it also reduce the risk by building the prototype, and the requirement are clearly understood by the developer. Then disadvantage of the prototype model. If the user is not satisfied with developed prototype, then a new prototype is developed. This process goes on until a perfect prototype evolves. Thus, this model is time consuming and expensive. Means the prototype, if the prototype is not approved, means then a new prototype will build. Then so the time and cost will increases. The developer loses focus of the real purpose of the prototype and compromise on the quality of the product. For example, he or she may apply some of the inefficient algorithm or inappropriate programming language used in developing the prototype. Means the prototype can be built with many shortcuts with many inefficient algorithms also. Prototype model can lead to the false expectation. It often creates a situation where the user believes that the development of the system is finished when it is not. The primary goal of the prototype model is rapid development. Thus, the design of the system may suffer as it built in a series of layers without considering integration of all other components. First of all, in prototyping model, it increases the cost and time because of the development of prototype many times, and maybe the developer lose focus while developing the prototype. Okay. Then the next model is evolutionary model. Evolutionary model is also like prototyping model. Means in this model, the user interact with the small module or core module of the software. Then he gives the feedback. Then another version of the software is built and used by the customer. So let us discuss. In evolutionary model, the system is broken down into several modules which can be incrementally implemented and delivered. First, develop the core module of the system. The initial product skeleton is refined into increasing level of capability by adding new functionality in successive version. Means in evolutionary model, the system is broken down into several modules and that can be incrementally built. The modules are incrementally built one after another. First, the developer build the core module. Okay, core module means the module who is not dependent other module. The initial product skeleton is refined into increasing level of capability and the new modules are added to the core module in the successive version. Successive version of the product. Functioning system capable of performing some useful work. A new release may include new functionality. Also, existing functionality in the current release might have been enhanced. Means in every successive version of the product, there may be new functions and the existing function may also improve in the new release. This is the diagrammatic approach of evolutionary model. In this case, the system is broken down into three modules, A, B and C. A is the core module. First, the developer build the core module using iterative waterfall model. Okay. Then it given to the customer. Then again the customer evaluate it and give the feedback. According to the feedback, again the A may be redefined and the new module with new functionality B is added to the module. This is the new version of the software. Then this new version again given to the user. Again the user evaluate it. Then after that again in the third stage the AB also may be redefined and retested and a new module C is added to it. Then a new release of the software is given to the customer. So in the process goes on until the complete software is developed, until the customer is satisfied with the product. Okay, so this is evolutionary model where the core module is first developed, then the other module added to it. So in this case the core module is every time implemented and tested. So by the phases there is no error in the inner module. Next, the phases of evolutionary model. First, requirement specification, then identification of modules to be developed incrementally, means what are the different module that may developed incrementally, means one after one. Develop the incremental by iterative waterfall model, means the module, the core module, the other module developed by the waterfall model. Then after releasing the software, the core module, the customer give the feedback, and after the feedback, according to the feedback, the developer modify the requirement. Again redevelop the model by adding the new model with the core module. This process goes on. Okay, this process repeatedly goes on until the software is fully developed. or until the customer is satisfied with the product. After that, the product is delivered to the actual product is delivered to the customer. Then the last phase is maintenance. The maintenance phase is in the customer environment after deployment of the actual product. So these are the phases of evolutionary development of software product. Then advantage of evolutionary model. User get a chance to experiment with the partially developed system much before the full working version is released. Means user use the partially developed system. Help finding exact user requirement much before fully working system is developed. Core module get tested thoroughly, reduces chances of error in final product. Means in evolutionary model, the requirements of the customer can exactly known by the developer, because every time the user give the feedback, and the core model are tested throughout the different version of the modules, different version of the software. So it reduces the chances of the error in the final product. These are the advantage of evolutionary model. Then disadvantage of evolutionary model. It is difficult to subdivide the problem into functional unit, which can be incrementally implemented and delivered. Evolutionary model is useful for very large problem where it is easier to find modules for incremental implementation. Means in evolutionary model, the developer find problem to divide the problem into functional unit, which can be incrementally developed, and this model used in large problem where it is easier to divide the project into small module. These are the disadvantage. So this is about your prototyping model and evolutionary model. In both the model, the user evaluate the prototype or the software and give feedback to the developer. So in this case, the requirements are clear to the developer, and the user make interaction with the software development life cycle, and these are used in large project. Okay, so thank you.